that our staff is incredibly helpful and that it's the best place on campus to study because no one will interrupt you if you're back in the quiet areas, and you can be extremely efficient within that space, especially in the study rooms.
The most important thing everyone should know about the library is that it provides so many different study environments. The first floor has some talking, but it also has wide open spaces, and the second and third floors have places that are more enclosed, quieter, and so it's really easy for somebody to find an environment that they really feel comfortable studying and they can really engage their material. So I find it very easy to be productive in the library.
A kind of cool thing about our library is that it's shaped like a book from that top aerial view of it. And also, all students from all universities can come here and feel, I guess, like a welcome environment, and we have a good book selection.
Well, if we're going to say school, we're probably using Gonzaga's library. Is that it's got a wide range from, usually for my major, is theology to philosophy to religion to pretty much any source that's necessary for a paper or an exam. Gonzaga's library has an abundance of sources that's necessary.
I believe that the resources you get online are sometimes very questionable and very difficult to validate, and I like that you can come to a place and actually find some interesting and credible sources. Obviously not all the books are credible, but I think that's a lot of fun to be able to go and explore books and sometimes just to randomly select those books to explore. So both of those are very fun.
The most important thing about Gonzaga's library is that the librarians are awesome. They're the best.
The most important thing the library has, in my opinion, is their ability to help students with programs like RefWorks or to indoctrinate them in all the online resource databases that are available for students, so they're not aimlessly looking around Google and they can get right to where they're trying to go when they're doing their work.
An information literate person is able to find data, evaluate its quality, and decide whether or not to use it and of what value it is to their personal research.
Information literacy, as it pertains to the library, would be someone who can actually use the library to find research, to gather information, and to do so in a perhaps academic or professional manner. And I think definitely that person has to be willing to work a little bit harder for the information when we're so used to it being so close to our fingertips. Our wealth of information, I mean, Wikipedia is like destroyed sometimes the institution of encyclopedias and gathering information. And so that kind of person really needs to be willing to sacrifice a bit of their time for the sake of quality. And be adventurous. They have to be willing to do it. So.
Information literacy is just a bunch of variety in resources, and not just the wide web. The sources are legitimate and they're credible.
I think that students should use Wikipedia for research. I've written papers on this actually, and I'm pretty opinionated about it. But I think that there is an appropriate way to use Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has been shown in studies to have an equivalent accuracy rate to normal encyclopedias.
I think Wikipedia is a good starting point for most students. I feel like when people get assignments or like new concepts that they don't really understand, Wikipedia is kind of like a place just to go to just like wrap your head around it and just, kind of see at the end, like if they have any other resources that you can use or any things they cited that you can utilize, and then from there kind of spread out and conquer the assignment, I guess.
Absolutely not. I don't think it has any place in academia, and while it can be used to, like an encyclopedia, to direct attentions, actual peer-reviewed sources have to be reviewed and investigated and cited. A Wikipedia article just doesn't qualify for that.
Based on what I've heard from professors, only use Wikipedia for like the sciences, because it's people like them updating Wikipedia, the real experts for only sciences. Everything else, I think, you should use it as a reference, but take a grain of salt with it and go to the library.
Yes, students should use Wikipedia for research, but students should use Wikipedia as a means of laying a foundation for what they need to study. It's great for getting some kind of basic or broad idea of what you need to be studying, but outside of a more rudimentary and simplified explanation of whatever it is you're studying, say philosophy, I don't think it would be that much of a help. But it is terrific for getting a general outline of, say, what a philosopher's main philosophies were.
I think absolutely not in research itself, but if you're going to use it, like if you're trying to figure out what the topic is or a very broad general idea of what your topic is about, you can get it for just some quick background information. However, you should never cite it. You should never use it in a paper. You'll get laughed at and made fun of, rightfully so. And so I would just do it to get an overall message, but otherwise anybody can edit it, so you cannot guarantee that any of it's actually accurate.
I don't know if students should use Wikipedia, but I do. I find it easy to use because all of your information is pretty condensed and broken down into sections by topic, so it's really easy to search through. And generally, Wikipedia is edited daily, if not multiple times a day, so that makes it really easy and almost reliable.